Hey, what is going on, guys? Xpertfusion here, and in this video, doing my review for Season 7, Episode 7 of The Walking Dead, which is titled Sing Me a Song. Now, this episode felt good because it told all those haters, who were crying about the season, like, oh, it's so shit. This told them off, basically, saying, okay, The Walking Dead can bring amazing episodes, and this is one of them, man. This episode is easily one of the greatest episodes we've ever had. I think it's my second favorite this season so far. Still, I like the premiere more, but I absolutely loved it. So some scenes that I loved the most would have to be, especially in the beginning. Holy shit, man! That beginning was amazing, from start to finish. The whole beginning sequence. So you started off, I believe it was with Michonne, killing the two walkers. It was whatever, it was cool. It was a really good, nice walker kill. We haven't even seen Michonne kill a walker in a while. Now that I think about it. She might have, well, she did in season 4, I guess, but that was kind of off screen, they kind of panned out. We haven't seen it in a while, basically, and it's nice to have, be able to see Michonne killing some walkers. And then we get Jesus and Carl in the truck, obviously, and they drive, and they drive, and they drive, and then Jesus jumps out, and then Carl gets into the sanctuary. Now, I was always afraid about this, because Carl, or Chandler Riggs, as an actor, it's not that he's bad, it's just he's a kid, so obviously kids are not as good as actors as most, and I just feel like a lot of his scenes he just doesn't do a very good job in it. I could just tell he just seems like he's acting. You don't want to seem like you're acting, you want to seem like you are actually that person. But whenever I watch his scenes, all I think about is, oh, it's Chandler Riggs trying to be Carl Grimes. That's what it is, and it shouldn't be that. It should be me thinking that is Carl Grimes, not Chandler Riggs. I don't even know who Chandler Riggs is. That's what it should be. That's how it is with Rick, honestly. That's how it was with most of the characters in the show. But Carl's the only character who's like that, and you got to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's a kid, he's obviously not going to have the greatest acting skills in the world. And I'm not saying I can do any better or anything like that, but I'm saying he is playing a huge character, and he does need to step it up. And in this episode, he delivered that. He delivered that 110%. I thought he has been doing pretty bad lately in terms of acting and in terms of being, the best actor possible. But he just brought out his A game in this episode. I mean, just 100% authentic Carl Grimes. I was, completely shocked by how well he did. First of all, he did the scene when he took the M16 and then shot up the two guys. And he just seemed realistically, how the character should be. And it seemed a lot different than it was in other episodes. I hated episode 4. He said, oh, you only take half our stuff or whatever. He was yelling at the guys with the gun. It just did not sound like a real actor, in my opinion. But this episode did a lot better. 100 times better. I thought he did a lot better. And whoever was the director of this episode, I gotta look it up, but he or she, whatever, did a great job for directing this episode. I mean, there were so many scenes where the shots just were panned out in the perfect times and everything. And it just looked absolutely beautiful in some scenes, man. Especially the beginning when they panned out to show the whole sanctuary and you had the intense music in the background. That was so great. I love when they do stuff like that, when they pan out and show a whole thing, because we didn't get that in episode 3. And I was expecting something like that in episode 3, to see the whole factory, or in another episode or whatever. But I really like how they did it, how they made us, have the mystery of what this place actually is. They were only showing the interior and some parts of some parts like the fence and stuff. They weren't really showing the full thing in its fullest. In this episode, they just gave us that beautiful shot of the whole thing, and it was magnificent. Another thing, Carl and Negan's relationship. These two actors, they do great. Like I said, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is amazing as Negan, and only problems I've ever had with this Negan is that, first of all, he's not as strong as he was in the comics. At least he doesn't look as strong. And his beard, but he's shaving the beard next week, and I got over the strength. I think it's not really that big of a deal. He doesn't need to be buff. It's just, it would make him look more like the comic book version if he was. But now I've realized I don't care. I think he's great. I think he's doing great, and I think he's going to continue to do great for the rest of the time, and he's going to be one of my favorite characters, because, I mean, he is definitely one of my favorite characters right now. I mean, he made me laugh so many damn times in this episode, and that's what Negan's supposed to do. He's supposed to make you laugh like crazy, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's making Walking Dead comical, which is great. I think it needs a little comedy in there, and it's nice. It's great. Absolutely love Negan in this episode, and even some other characters like Rosita that I'm actually starting to like a lot, and so, even Olivia, but I do think she probably will be killed off soon, because they seem to be out of nowhere just giving her all this screen time, and that probably means she's probably gonna die soon. But that's what they do, obviously. I think it would be a good time for her to die, to be honest. I don't know. She didn't die this time in the comics, so maybe it'll be a little later, like maybe season 7 finale, maybe. I don't know. But I do think Spencer will be dying in this mid-season finale. They will be getting his famous comic book death with the guts, and he gets cut open by Negan. I do think that will happen in the next episode, which is another extended episode, 90 minutes. There have been like 5 episodes that have been 90 minutes in this season, which is crazy. Or at least there's been like 5 episodes that have been extended. There's actually been 6 extended episodes. Yeah, only 2 of them were regular. Like, they weren't all 90 minutes, but they were all extended in some way. Like, the premiere and the second episode were both 6 minutes longer. And then you had the other episode. Episode 4 was 90 minutes. Episode 6 was 10 minutes longer. Episode 7 is 90 minutes. And episode 8 is going to be 90 minutes, which is crazy. They're just giving us all these 90-minute episodes. I mean, I like that. I'd rather them do that than, add on an episode or whatever. And to give us something like 90 minutes episodes, I'm completely happy with. And honestly, they need these 90-minute episodes. People say, oh, they're just adding filler. No, they actually really, really need these 90-minute episodes, because there's so many scenes that wouldn't fit in a regular-sized episode. The iron scene, I kind of liked it, kind of didn't at the same time. It was great. I think it just, my standards were a little bit more high for that scene. I think they should have showed a little more. I know they did, but first of all, when they did show it, it was a little bad in terms of CGI. It looked a little shitty. I don't know. It looked a little like, I don't know, just looked wrong. If you probably tell by looking at it. It wasn't awful. It was doable, but it could have been a little better. And I didn't think they showed too much. I think they should have showed Negan like stuff that thing on his face, and showed like him just screaming for like 10 seconds, and then show everyone's faces and how they're like freaking out and stuff like that, because they showed people freaking out first and then showed the face. I think it would have been a little more impactful if they showed the face getting burnt first, but whatever, it's fine. I think it still was great and it was awesome, and I thought Daryl was cool in this episode. I mean, he didn't really do much obviously, but I thought he was just cool how he was looking out for Carl and kind of being like, don't mess with him, don't hurt him and stuff like that. Carl's eye too, they did a good job with the makeup on his eye and his CGI, whatever they used to make Carl's eye look completely fucked up. It looks great though. I think it looks really great, and I think it's good for him because he's gonna probably be like that for a while. Like in the comics, he doesn't even wear a thing. Okay, he wears the glasses for a little bit and then he takes them off and he just lets it kind of lay out like that, which is pretty cool, to be 100% honest. But just so they don't have to always put makeup on him and shit and CGI and save time and money, they'll probably have him have like a bandage over his face most of the time, or maybe an eye patch. I think he should get an eye patch. That'd be really dope. But we'll have to see what they do with that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in my next one, and peace out.